In this facade, first thing we see is 3 vertical divisions with no particular idea behind it, and also an inappropriate choice of the forms of windows and elements on this facade. Let's see how redesign will improve it. I start with drawing the base of my draft. At first, I define the location of my windows using some horizontal and vertical guidelines. Remember that you can always start your process of design from wherever you want, but for me it's drawing the initial parts of my design base. Usually it's borders and windows, and in order to do that I also need to define my divisions on my facade. Then I directly go for the idea, which is creating some arcs as my windows. Details are important in this phase, so I draw some gap lines between these frames. I use the 3-column division in order to define middle axis and make a position for full arc windows on it. I can say one of the design ways is that you can always draw a network of lines on your canvas based on your proportions. In this one, having this network and these modular arcs is going to create a unique facade. The important thing about these designs is that if you pay attention to the details, your final result will be more eye-catching. But you may have another idea. In that case, redesign team would be honored to share the ideas that you sent to our Gmail, which is studioredesign2024@gmail.com, and we will allocate a special video to your own ideas about facade redesign. So now, as you can see, when we have a network on our canvas, it's like we have prepared some frames, and we should fill them with appropriate puzzle pieces. In this design, my pieces are modular arcs that should be placed in their right places. Due to my division of odd numbers, I can dedicate the central axis to mirrored arcs that complete each other in each row. Again, on the ground floor, I'm going to have 5 full arcs consisting 1 for the main entrance and 2 false arcs as a garage door. While drawing the arcs, I should be careful to design almost neat arcs because I don't want to have anarchy on my facade. Now that it's almost done, I clean the redundant lines to have a sharp, fresh base for my further process, and I start to thicken the lines by black rapid. This helps us to have a better understanding of the current situation of our design. Now it's time to complete the design by getting into details. On the ground floor, I have an entrance door and a garage door which is covered with wooden louvers, and it looks hidden. Then I go for window profiles. When you put some mullions on your windows, your facade enters a phase that shows a better experience of how a combination of details can affect your design. And this whole package is going to amuse your audience, so be aware that every tiny piece on your facade will take a huge part in creating feelings for those who live in there or just pass by the building. Now I have to erase all the unnecessary lines that are remained. Removing these lines is like being prepared for an outstanding performance. It ensures that your design shines brightly and is free from distractions. It kind of satisfies me since it's like crafting a masterpiece. these small adjustments lead to significant improvements in the final result. Actually, creating a flawless facade needs patience and precision. You have to prepare a context that your design idea glows in it, so everything should be as perfect as it can be. In the next step, I start to colorize my sketch to see how our idea is doing so far. I usually use code 520 green shadow from the brand Cure Color for my glasses because it's kinda feels right for windows. To be honest, right now my marker ink is running low, so when I draw it casts a shadow. But fresh ones are not like this, fortunately. But it's not gonna be a problem for now, so let's move on. Now I want to add some details to my entrance door. If you dedicate enough time and passion for this kind of detail, it shows that how much you love designing, and it will also gain your client's attention. Then I highlight the borders with black marker. Highlighting the borders and edges will help you to have a better understanding of depth and sharpness of your design. Being an architect really requires a lot of patience. Paying attention to all of these things are necessary for every designer, and believe me, if you want to be good at designing, you should not only rely on softwares. Nothing replaces your creative mind. Maybe an AI application or website gives you some alternatives. That's okay, you can get help from it, but don't let it transform you from a creator and architect into someone who is merely a selector. If you want to use AI, I'm not trying to stop you, but just don't let it think for you. If you fall into its trap, there's no way back. Let's write the name of materials near the paper. Now let's see the final result.